get an idea of the condition of this car since I washed it. It's in rough shape. I mean, after I washed it, it looks good. But she needs work. Look at that fuel cell. You know what that fuel cell says? It says, I got some serious stuff under the hood. Drag radials in the back. So it's got Pano Sports all the way around, but the drag radials are on a different wheel. See the paint? Paint on the sides, you know, looks good, but on the top areas, she's burned. Hood's not too bad. Inside of the windshield needs to be washed. Little presents. Oops, my finger's right in the way. Presents on the seat there. Okay, so if the fuel cell says I got some stuff under the hood, what does the big bad Sparco intercooler say? I think it says the same thing. Maybe in a different language, but it says the same thing. So the paint, she needs to be repainted. And that's exactly what I'm thinking about doing. There's some issues right here. The interior, she's been sitting, man. Look, the boost controller, she's just hanging. It rained last night. The ignition, we couldn't find the key, so we had to take the ignition off so that we could unlock the steering wheel. You have droppings in both seats. The interior needs a lot of cleanup, a lot of work. But you just can't argue with what's under the hood. Look at the stance. Look how tough that is. Whew. I love it, man. I've wanted this car so long. I am really thinking about just keeping it. I'll tell you, I'll be completely honest, it's a much better built car than my green RB30Z. Chris is by far a much more detailed worker than I am. You've seen my videos. My shop looks like crap all the time. Ground control, suspension, Willwood brakes, section struts. It's got everything. The weak points. Here's the weak points. Me and my little pinky. The weak point is the transmission. It's just a factory ZX 5-speed. And it blows up third gear like there's nothing to it. If you really try to get in the power, the transmission's not going to last long. Chris, I think, has blown up 2 or 3. It may be more. He knows how to rebuild a 5-speed because he's blown up so many 5-speeds. The other weak point is the CV axles. So my car, U-joint axles. My car has the CV axles. Chris never was able to find CVs, so he's got the U-joints. I've broken 3. He's broken a couple. It makes so much power. U-joint axles are going to break. Transmission is going to break. So what the car has What I gave Chris years and years and years ago, I gave him an RB25 5-speed transmission with the MazWorks adapter plate to fit to the L motor. So in the purchase of the car, that transmission comes with it. So I'm going to put that transmission in. That's the plan. You know, I'll have to get a drive shaft made, and I got to search for some CV axles. After that, it's bulletproof, dang near. You know what I mean? The limiting factor on the power of this car are the 550 injectors. Do you see? Look at this. See what I'm saying? Really almost makes no sense to even try to sell it before I get it back to its prime. So this is all very, very, very dirty. But she's got 550s RC Engineering injectors. So that's a limiting factor. 17 pounds of boost through a TO4. That is a full TO4 with a ported manifold. It's a P trim. I can't remember. Chris knows exactly, but it's a big turbo. Turbo's not even breathing heavy at 17 pounds, but the injectors are maxed out at 402 wheel horsepower. What's the engine capable of? It's fully built. It's ported. Larger Farius valves. Custom ground cam. You know what I'm saying? It's you get some bigger injectors, get some race fuel, turn up the boost to 20. At 17 pounds, it makes 402. At 13 pounds, it made 392. I'm almost certain. So do you see, at 9 pounds, it made 290 something, like almost 300 at 9 pounds. At 13 pounds, maybe it was 340 something. I can't remember, honestly. You'd have to, the video is on my page. But then at 17, 402, so how much would 25 pounds of boost give it? 600? 550? You know what I mean? On race fuel with no detonation. This is a beast, bro. There's no two words about it. It's a barn find, absolute monster of a car. I edit on my iPhone, so if I could put a link to other videos of this car on the dyno 15 years ago, or me and Chris driving this car 16, 17 years ago while he explains everything he's done to the car, I could edit that in, but I edit on my iPhone, so I'm not really sure how to add links. But I have videos of this car. You got to go way back on my page to find it. Anyway, I had to show it some love. Peace out.